learners, and she pursued the course, the HRM course from IIM-K. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. I'd like to ask you a few things about your journey. What led you to pursue the course, and a little bit about yourself.
Sure.
Whenever.
Thank you. Thanks, Dragna. And I'm very very thrilled. Firstly, to come actually and speak about the program, and also particularly to the course that I have done, because I feel in today's era, I mean, doing a program, or rather upskilling yourself, is so essential. Okay, so yeah, so I think first of all a little bit about myself. So yeah, hi, I'm Ronald, and I work with upGrad, and it's been a beautiful journey so far. So yeah, I actually hold about nearly a decade of experience, which has been also into HR, particularly into recruitment and operations. Yeah, so I come from a talent acquisition background, and however, the journey has been so far, like, really good, because um, out of just talent and operations, I have also been doing career coaching in my current stint with upgrad, and I have been also supporting for some other projects as well. So definitely upgrad has been very much giving that ways. Yeah, so to the course that I have done is the advanced professional certification in HR management and analytics. um, this program was something which really, I mean, it came, it was an embarked one. Why? Because particularly I didn't had any kind of analytics exposure. Okay, having said that, when it comes to maybe HR management or various aspects of or functions within HR, I have at least dealt with them to some extent, but analytics was completely new. So one of the very good aspects was that this course also made me learn a good tech stacks and gave a good know-how about analytics, HR related analytics. Yeah.
And when did you feel like, all now along this journey, when did you feel the need to upskill? Like, when did you think you should study more?
So yes, this has been. I mean, it was something which was running on my mind, and I think I did not take any action. Firstly, it was a whole lot of procrastination towards it, and um, we are in particularly in career coaching, we are in that field wherein we ourselves, I mean, I at mind also guide and help and tell assist my learners that this is the time and how you have to really work towards it, your goals and actionables. So I think it was on and off been on my mind, but never got maybe that kind of immense push that I should be. So the core reason was, yes, learning should not stop, and it was almost stagnant in the recent past for me. So there was no learning particularly, unless you are doing and you are learning certainly on the job a lot more things and you're getting exposed to. But having said that, apart from that, core skills is something also that I needed to grab upon, and hence the need to learn analytics, HR related analytics. Yeah. So I felt, and that's how uh, enrolled myself.
That's great. Like, so when did you feel? So when did you come across upgrad, and how did you decide to go for upgrad's course only?
So since I've been with upgrad for like nearly 4 years now, and uh, have been myself, like in this journey together with the learners, that we share a lot of beautiful experience when they tell about their background or their core job role, and what they are doing. So yeah, however, this course particularly was um, was in my mind. The reason being that, yeah, this was something which was aligned to my goals, since I also come from an HR and talent background. So having said that, these are only few functions, okay, but then to have that deep dive, and also to see particularly as per the economic conditions right now, and the need, of course, to learn or upskill something at this point. Hence, I think this course was something which was which was on top of the list. And of course, I mean, about its content, about the brand, of course, which is from the IIM institutes and from the faculty members. So the authenticity and the content also mattered. So yeah.
Yeah. And how was your journey like before you went in for the course? Like, what were you doing? Everything like that.
So yes, this course began sometime like last year, uh, and uh, last year midway. I mean, I started off. So like I said, that I was procrastinating and I was really not prepared. And along with work and personal commitments, how one really makes time to study, and that too after a good phase of not studying at all. Like I said, that I wasn't learning, and learning was almost nil. So yeah, the journey was good because there have been a lot of hands to support here. I mean, I would like to add here, like, you just don't enroll yourself, but then you get a whole lot of support in terms of your student buddy, and also the someone who's always there in terms of maybe some admin related issue or ops related issue or tech support. So that also buddy takes care of. When it comes to sessions, then we have someone who's mentoring, who's someone from the industry side only. So they also help, and you can actually reach out and touch base with them any point of time. So that helps. And that push factor from the teams and from upGrad also, that yeah, you need to finish up your assignment and this is pending, otherwise you'll be lagging and things like that. So yeah, so I think that all stuff really motivates you. And if you have stepped into it, then you might as well have to dive and finish.
Yeah, that's amazing. Now, that we know how it was before, can you tell us a little bit more about how it was during the whole course period?
um, as in, you mean to ask the entire journey, because this was about 7 months that I
Yeah.
started, and I completed it
Yeah,
sometime.
like during that journey, like while you were pursuing the course, how was it pursuing the course?
Oh yes. So when I started, I was like in the initial phase. I mean, there was a huge lag. I mean, complete lag in terms of, like, I have to actually start reading, and I have to give. So the minimum that you have to give at least every week is 5 hours, and that also means that every day at least minimum an hour. Okay, and that too diligently, with a with really a good discipline oriented approach, which while you're working, it doesn't happen. I mean, all days are not same. You have commitments, you have things to complete, you have your task, and then you have your personal commitments also, and which was the case. So I on the contrary, say, married, and have on the personal front to look or take care of things. And so on that note, yes, initial couple of weeks or maybe around a month, it took me some time. But after that, since I also know that I'm lagging somewhere, I took it a point to complete my modules over the weekends. And we, after a period of, like, say, 3 months, or after like nearly three and a half months, then we were also having a proper group assigned. So we have a capstone project that needs to be submitted in this program, and that capstone project is actually a real-time application for whatever that you have learned, which is something which is remarkable. I mean, you have to use all that technical stuff also that you have learned, not just about theory, and you have to practically, gather real-time data. So you have to sync up multiple times about it. So from there to finishing up the capstone project, to making it, to coming in the top 10 out of that groups, and everything. So it was beautiful. Yes, you definitely have to manage with time. You have to be disciplined. You have to have that mindset, very clear, that yeah, if I've started, then it is something that you should not be leaving it midway, but you have to finish the lab. That's very important. You have to stay focused along with whatever that you're doing.
Yeah.
So
And
upgrad
are you,
definitely
this sounds so
supportive.
much fun. It sounds very much fun. Like, are you still in touch with your peers, your instructors, all of them, your
Yes,
mentors?
yes, I am. Yes,
Yeah.
some of them,
Ha-
yes.
Yeah. How was that like? How was it studying with your peers? Like, was it a new experience and like all of that?
Yeah, yeah, yes, definitely. I mean, I have spoken to, so particularly my group. I, um we were like seven of us, including me, and I have got a chance to interact with someone who has been with Microsoft, and someone who has been doing freelancing, someone who comes with a complete different background. Most of them, in fact, were like not from HR domain, and ideally they have been into analytics or some probably from content background or various industries. So yeah. Uh, Interacting with them, learning about their backgrounds, and it was fun until we had to really sync up and see to it that we are finishing up the not just about the modules, but given that we have to finish up presentations and uh, coming up with brainstorming sessions every week that we used to meet, and completing our capstone project in time, all of it was like a roller coaster, but it felt so. But yeah, we were given good time. It was around a month at least that we were really closely connected for
Yeah.
that project particularly. After that also, since I'm still in touch with them because of an offline group that we have. And yeah, so simply amazing because all of them come from different backgrounds, so you get so much to learn and know.
Yeah. And now throughout this, has the IIM-K brand added any value to your credentials? And how do you feel being an IIM-K alumna?
Yeah, feels good. I mean, one of the aspects to join up this course was not only about the content and authenticity, it was also about the premium institution and a tiered one, which is IM and IMK, of course. So I was definitely, I am still excited, so yes.
That's great. And like, how was your journey after the course ended? Like, what was your post uh, HRM journey? How was that like?
You mean after the course finishes?
Ended. Yeah.
Yeah, so it did change the perspective to a larger extent, because see, the content is quite like, it gives you because there are a lot of practical scenarios added in all modules, so it does give you an overall aspect, which will add up, or which will help you to leverage on your skills already. So however, if I am into HR, or if I'm not, but you get a complete overview, and because I mean of that domain, and because of which you also learn that what kind of scenarios as per the current market trends are happening, and maybe in terms of certain analytics skills also, like what are the current tech stacks which are used, maybe to calculate this, or to work on uh, you know ca- uh, to work on certain employee attrition rate, or it would be about performance enhancement, or it would be about drawing certain conclusions for benchmarking the compensation, and various stuff. So yeah, it does give you a fresh perspective at least, and
Yeah.
yeah, learning
Yeah.
fresh would be always there. So
Yeah. And how was it juggling work and your course? Was it difficult?
yes, yes, of course. Juggling around things, yes. Hence I said no. So to my knowledge, I mean, that particular quarter when I started, and suddenly there was I mean, it is generally like that there has been immense work pressure also during that particular quarter, okay, because this was like just after April, I mean, just after April started last year. And then there are assignments or a lot of initiatives, and upgrad being already quite prone in terms of whatever is there as per the market trends, we should also be in that, it's that way. So you have to be always agile, you have to be on toes uh, about work, this I'm saying. Along with this, when you're also doing something which is when you're learning, and that to learning a new skill, you definitely have to make time for it. And that is why I said that a disciplined approach always helps. So there have been times where I have been lagging with my modules, and there have been times that you have to be completing every week one module at least, because the modules are quite extensive within my course, which was there. There have been times wherein I have not even crossed like 35% of my modules also, and it has been already 2 months past or 3 months past, and I'm literally lagging. And you can actually see a dashboard of your own each day, as in how you progress. It shows you how much time have you really spent reading or learning about it. It shows you, and it also shows you vis-a-vis to what your batch is performing. So that also kind of literally, I mean, when you're like lagging, like, okay, I'm 30%, people have already reached 65 and 70, and I'm like, okay, I am definitely not making it in time. And and stuff. So I have been through that times also, to reaching up to a point wherein I was um, like, to finish up that complete lag, I have spent like giving good 4 5 hours on a stretch for certain weekends, and weekends were the only days or time that I could invest in studying like properly.
That's
So
very
yeah,
inspiring. Yeah. So inspiring. Like while working, you also upskilled yourself. But do you feel like you could tell the viewers also that if upskilling and taking this course, do you feel people should also do that? Should every employee do that?
yes, yes, certainly. I mean, upgrad is completely, it's, I truly believe, because not just because we are in edtech, but in this space, I mean, which has been booming, it has been booming because it's digitally equipped since the time of COVID as well. Okay, not that there was any kind of, there was no such thing that this space will really diminish its importance. It has been always on the, onwards and upward side. So I truly believe each and everyone should really be investing uh, and being invested in learning, and something that really tries to hone their skills, that they can leverage on their expertise, or if they have not, if they want to get into certain domain, they can also just basis giving some time to themselves, and um, uh, also investing into something that will help them grow, not just monetarily, but otherwise also. Yeah, so learning should never stop, I strongly believe that. And hence I feel that uh, as there has been always that essential aspect in terms of taking up something which will help you to grow, certain skills which will help you to upskill or reskill, or there has to be always that relevancy in terms of the market conditions. It shouldn't happen that whatever that you're doing, ये तो कुछ साल पहले already that has been kind of uh, diminished or no longer that much important. So you should be always on the mark to get
That's
yourself with some good skills here. So learning,
yeah.
and
That's
we have our programs. I mean, almost all the content of our programs has been always rich, and it is so diversified. So yeah.
Um, this is so great too. It was amazing to hear all of this and like to get your insights. And if you could just share one thing with the viewers before we like wrap up and like before we end this, if you could just share one thing with the viewers about your journey or about why you should upskill or anything, what would it be?
So yeah, I like I said, like everyone should be investing their time into something which will help them, or that they can leverage on their expertise, or which will help them hone their skills or sharpen their skills much stronger. Uh, Another thing, I mean, which is very important is because not just about upskilling, but learning should be a lifelong journey, and it shouldn't be only at one point of time. Since I also did after a good lap of about like good 8 to 9 years or 8 10 years. It has been only on the job that I used to learn, or there could be certain software or something which you just learn and then you move on. But then it's really essential in today's era, because of the advancements and dynamic shifts. You should be, and with the innovations that come in, so you should be definitely always learning. You should be learning something or the other new, and you should be always like onwards and upwards, on the move.
Thank you. It was so great listening to you and getting your insights. And thank you so much for giving us your time today. And I'm sure all our learners that are watching also will like get a lot, like gain a lot from your insights. Thank you so much, Mrunal.
Thank you so much, Diana, and thanks to you
Yeah,
and the team also to letting me
yeah,
have this conversation.
yeah. It was so great talking to you. I have to think we were nervous before this. This is so good. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.